13 Best and Simplest Tips for Gaining Muscle. Have you ever stopped to think about the benefits of having a muscular and aesthetic body? I'm sure that the vast majority of people watching this video want to, not only to keep themselves healthy, but also to feel proud when they look in the mirror, take their shirt off at the beach, and of course, to be able to impress that woman you're in love with. That's why in this video, we're going to explain the 13 best techniques that athletes use to accelerate muscle mass gains once and for all. Stay tuned until the end because you have no idea how important number 7 is, and it could change everything. Number 1. Strengthen yourself with compound exercises. First of all, compound exercises recruit a large amount of muscle mass in a single movement, which results in a greater overload on the muscles and, consequently, a greater growth response. This means you can work more muscles in less time, which is especially advantageous for those with a busy schedule who want to maximize the efficiency of their workouts. In addition, compound exercises stimulate the release of anabolic hormones such as testosterone and growth hormone, which are essential for protein synthesis and muscle growth. Movements such as squats, deadlifts, and bench presses involve large muscle groups, which leads to a more robust hormonal response compared to isolated exercises. Another advantage of compound exercises is that they promote greater stability and coordination, as they require the activation of multiple joints and stabilizing muscles. This not only improves performance in the compound exercises themselves, but can also increase functional strength and reduce the risk of injury in everyday activities. Number 2. Aim to get close to muscle failure. When you train to muscle failure, you're ensuring that the muscles are being challenged to the maximum with each set of exercise. This means that you are recruiting as many muscle fibers as possible and stimulating them to adapt and grow to cope with the overload imposed by the workout. In addition, reaching muscle failure indicates that you are working close to your capacity limit, which is a powerful stimulus for muscle growth. By reaching muscle failure, you are pushing your muscles beyond their previous limits, forcing them to adapt and get stronger and bigger as a result. It's as if you're telling your muscle that it can't lift a certain load and needs to be stronger to do so. But remember that always reaching muscle failure is not necessary in every set of every exercise. This can lead to excessive fatigue and increase the risk of injury. Number 3. Incorporate more healthy fats and proteins into your diet. We all know that carbohydrates play a crucial role in the muscle-building process, but we shouldn't forget the importance of proteins and fats. The fats present in food provide a feeling of satiety for longer periods of time and are often associated with a more pronounced taste. However, it is essential to opt for sources of healthy fats. These include omega-rich fish such as salmon, nuts, avocado, eggs, olive oil, and dark chocolate. As well as being sources of healthy fats, many of these foods are also rich in protein, which is advantageous for muscle building and recovery. Therefore, increasing consumption of these foods can accelerate weight gain and muscle mass. According to some experts, to promote muscle protein synthesis and maintain adequate muscle mass, it is recommended to consume 1 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Number 4. Do strength training more often. Doing strength training more often can help you build muscle faster due to several factors. Firstly, training more frequently allows you to stimulate your muscles more regularly, which can lead to greater muscle protein synthesis and increased hypertrophy. When you train the same muscle groups more times a week, you give them more opportunities to repair and grow. What's more, training more often allows you to distribute the total training volume throughout the week more evenly. This means that you can do a greater volume of work for each muscle group without overloading the body in a single training session. This can lead to greater progressive overload over time, which is essential for continued muscle growth. One study that supports the idea that training more frequently can lead to faster muscle gains is the one carried out in 2016 by Schoenfeld et al. In this study, the researchers compared the effects of training muscles twice a week versus 3 times a week in relation to muscle hypertrophy. The participants were divided into 2 groups. One group performed full-body workouts 3 times a week, while the other group performed the same workouts twice a week. After 8 weeks, the results showed that the group that trained 3 times a week experienced greater increases in muscle mass compared to the group that trained twice a week. Number 5. Focus on correct execution. You certainly know that person who goes to the gym to train their ego and always tries to lift more weights than they should, making a bad execution. When you focus on the correct execution of movements, you maximize muscle recruitment and minimize the risk of injury. Poorly executed movements can result in an uneven distribution of the load between the target muscles and the accessory muscles, which can limit the effective stimulus in the muscle groups you are trying to develop. In addition, incorrectly executed exercises can overload joints and connective tissues, increasing the risk of injuries that can hinder your progress in the gym. Instead of focusing on the amount of weight, it's more effective to focus on the quality of the movements and the mind-muscle connection. This means controlling the eccentric and concentric phase of the movement, maintaining good posture, and using a full range of motion to ensure that the target muscles are being properly stimulated. Remember that no one will think you're a better person for lifting more weights. In fact, if you're doing everything wrong just to put on more load, they'll probably comment on what a clown you're being. Number 6. Decrease the amount of cardio. When you overdo cardio training, it can negatively interfere with your muscle gain goals. Too much cardio can lead to increased calorie expenditure, which can make it difficult to maintain the calorie surplus needed to build muscle. In addition, intense cardiovascular exercise, such as long-distance running, can activate metabolic pathways that compete with the pathways responsible for muscle protein synthesis, thus reducing the body's ability to build muscle. This can result in slower progress in muscle hypertrophy. Therefore, by decreasing the amount of cardio, you can direct more energy and resources towards strength training and muscle recovery, which can lead to faster and more effective muscle gains. This doesn't mean eliminating cardio altogether, but rather balancing the amount and intensity of cardio with your muscle-building goals, prioritizing strength training as the main exercise modality. Number 7. Eat a calorie surplus diet. Focusing on calorie surpluses rather than deficits is key to building muscle faster, because your body needs extra energy to repair and build new muscle tissue after exercise. When you're in a calorie surplus, you're providing your body with more calories than it needs to maintain its current weight. Most people just eat random amounts of food at random times. How do you want to gain muscle if you don't even know if you're eating more than your body expends on a daily basis or less? This is basically why bodybuilders weigh everything they eat, to keep track of the macronutrients in their diet. These additional calories provide the energy needed to sustain muscle protein synthesis, the process by which muscles repair and grow after being damaged during training. A study proving the importance of a calorie surplus for muscle building was conducted in 2013 by Garth et al. The researchers investigated the difference in muscle mass gain between 2 groups of athletes. The study worked as follows. The participants were divided into 2 groups, with one group consuming enough calories to be above their daily energy needs, and the other group consuming calories in a neutral balance to maintain their weight. Both groups followed an identical strength training program. At the end of the study, those in calorie surplus not only gained more muscle mass, but also had a greater increase in strength compared to the neutral balance group. This study has therefore made it very clear that adequate calorie intake is crucial to providing the fuel needed for muscle hypertrophy and maximizing the results of strength training. So, if your goal is to build muscle quickly, your mission now is to visit a nutritionist at least once, find out your basal metabolism, i.e., how many calories your body uses every day just to perform its basic functions, and add to that your daily expenditure, such as training and other physical activities. With this number determined, he will then give you a diet with daily calories higher than this number, and you will finally be in a calorie surplus favoring your gains in muscle mass. Number 8. Consume protein at every meal. Consuming protein at every meal of the day, rather than concentrating it in just a few, can help you build muscle faster due to the continuous effect that protein has on muscle protein synthesis, known as SPM. SPM is the process by which the body repairs and builds new muscle fibers, and it is maximized when there is a constant availability of amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, in the body. When you distribute your protein intake throughout the day, you maintain a constant flow of amino acids in the blood, which can promote PMS more effectively and continuously. This is especially important because SPM has a saturation limit. After consuming a certain amount of protein, usually around 20 to 30 grams, the body can't use much more for immediate muscle building. The surplus amino acids are used for other functions or oxidized. One study that demonstrates the benefits of distributing protein intake throughout the day is that carried out by Arita et al. In 2013. In this study, the researchers investigated how different patterns of protein intake affected PMS over a 12-hour period. The participants were divided into 3 groups. One group consumed 80 grams of protein in 2 large meals of 40 grams each. Another group consumed the same amount in 4 medium meals of 20 grams each. And the third group consumed 80 grams of protein spread over 8 small meals of 10 grams each. The results showed that the group that consumed protein in 4 average meals of 20 grams each had the highest SPM throughout the day, compared to the other 2 groups. This is why we should never consume a very high amount of protein in one go. Number 9. Take Casein before bed. Taking Casein before bed can help you build muscle faster due to its slow digesting properties, which provide a sustained release of amino acids throughout the night. Casein is a protein found in milk and is known to form a gel in the stomach, which slows down its digestion and absorption. This results in a gradual and continuous release of amino acids into the bloodstream for several hours. During sleep, the body enters a state of prolonged fasting, which can lead to muscle breakdown if not enough amino acids are available. Consuming Casein before bed ensures that the body has a constant supply of amino acids throughout the night, which can prevent muscle breakdown and promote muscle protein synthesis. This process is crucial for muscle repair and growth, especially after intense workouts. In addition, eating Casein before bed can increase nocturnal protein synthesis, maximizing the time the body is in an anabolic state, i.e., a muscle-building state. Number 10. Use intensity techniques to vary the stimuli. These techniques aim to increase stress and overload on the muscles, triggering physiological adaptations that promote muscle growth. Eccentric training, for example, focuses on the negative phase of the movement, where the muscle lengthens under tension. This creates microlesions in the muscle fibers, stimulating a more robust muscle repair and growth response. Isometrics, on the other hand, involve static muscle contraction, which challenges the muscles in a different way and can increase muscle strength and endurance. Forced repetitions prolong the time under tension, leading to faster muscle fatigue and additional stimulation of muscle fibers. By incorporating these intensity techniques into your training, you increase the stimulus on the muscles, which can result in more significant muscle gains in a shorter period of time. In addition, these techniques can also help to overcome training plateaus, where progress seems to stagnate, by introducing new stimuli to the muscles. However, it is important to use these techniques in moderation and under proper guidance, as they can increase the risk of injury if not performed correctly. Number 11. Hydrate properly. Although underestimated and neglected by many, water plays several crucial roles in the muscle-building process. Firstly, it acts as a solvent, helping to transport essential nutrients such as amino acids, vitamins, and minerals to the muscle cells, where they are needed for protein synthesis and muscle growth. Imagine that water is like a vehicle. It facilitates the transportation of everything in your body. Without a vehicle, you'd have a harder time getting anywhere. In addition, water is essential for regulating body temperature during exercise, ensuring that your muscles work efficiently and minimizing the risk of fatigue and injury. During training, we lose water through sweat, which can lead to dehydration if not adequately replenished. Dehydration can compromise muscle performance, reducing strength, endurance, and coordination, as well as delaying post-exercise recovery. It is crucial to drink water before, during, and after workouts to maintain an adequate level of hydration and optimize muscle performance. In addition, hydration throughout the day is equally important to ensure that the body remains hydrated and able to carry out its metabolic and physiological functions effectively. The recommended amount of water is 30 to 50 milliliters per kilo of body weight you have, so if you're a man weighing 82 kilos, for example, you should aim to drink 2.5 to 4 liters a day. Number 12. Get enough sleep. Getting enough sleep plays a key role in building muscle quickly and effectively. During sleep, the body enters a state of deep regeneration, where vital processes for muscle recovery take place. During deep sleep, there is an increase in the release of growth hormone, which is essential for repairing and rebuilding muscle tissue damage during training. In addition, during sleep, the body also releases other important hormones, such as melatonin and leptin, which are linked to the regulation of metabolism and energy balance. When you don't get enough sleep, these processes can be disrupted, impairing the body's ability to recover properly and build muscle. Therefore, ensuring adequate sleep of 7 to 9 hours a night is crucial to maximizing strength training results and optimizing muscle growth. Prioritizing sleep not only improves muscle recovery, but also promotes general health and well-being, ensuring that you have the energy and focus you need to train with intensity and consistency, as well as ensuring that you don't become that boring, grumpy guy throughout the day. Number 13. Take creatine. Creatine is a compound that occurs naturally in the body and is stored mainly in the muscles, where it plays a crucial role in energy production during high-intensity, short-duration exercise, such as weightlifting. Firstly, creatine increases the availability of phosphocreatine in the muscles. Phosphocreatine is used to regenerate ATP, which is the main source of cellular energy. During intense exercise, ATP is rapidly depleted, and the ability to regenerate it quickly allows you to maintain high performance for longer. This means you can lift heavier weights, do more repetitions, and have more intense workouts, resulting in greater muscle stimulation and, consequently, greater muscle growth. In addition, creatine increases intracellular water retention in the muscles, which creates a cellular environment that favors protein synthesis and muscle growth. This increase in cell volume can signal the body to initiate adaptation processes that include increasing muscle protein synthesis and reducing muscle degradation. Creatine can also improve muscle recovery. With more ATP available, muscles recover more quickly between sets and workouts, allowing for more frequent and effective training sessions. Improved recovery means less downtime due to fatigue or injury, accelerating progress towards increased muscle mass. Creatine really does perform wonderful functions for us bodybuilders. That's why we're now showing you a video explaining 9 reactions your body has to taking 5 grams of creatine every day. Be sure to check it out.